Hello everyone, I'm Ranger Paxton, and we have a really great opportunity today to get up close with a really rare tiny leaf Pokemon, Turtwig. Now, this Pokemon is a starter Pokemon, which means it is a beginning Pokemon that beginning trainers will get at the start of their journey. This is a Pokemon that they'll get as an option for one of their starters. That's why he's actually really rare in the wild. These Pokemon are actually bred in captivity mostly, and because back when before we did any sort of captive breeding, they were taken out of the wild, and that really decimated their population. But we've stopped doing that now. We've been breeding them in captivity, but they're still rare in the wild because they're still working out. Now this one was actually bred in captivity. This one is now an ambassador for his species. No trainer will be taking this one on a journey, but he is an ambassador for his species. He is used to being around people. Now Turtwig, being a starter Pokemon, can be one of three types, either a water type, a fire type, or a grass type. And Turtwig, if you take a look, you can probably kind of easily tell, Turtwig is a grass type Pokemon, meaning that he is strong against water type Pokemon, but really weak to fire type Pokemon. And you can kind of see, he does kind of look like a grass type Pokemon. Now, also being a starter Pokemon, Turtwig can evolve a total of 2 times. All the starter Pokemon have the opportunity to evolve at least 2 times. Now, Turtwig can evolve into, I'll show you its middle form. I happen to have it here on me, a picture of it at least. These aren't to scale, but Turtwig can evolve into Grottle. Now, get a nice close look in there. Grottle is actually pretty big. The picture doesn't look like much, but Grottle is actually pretty big. He's about 3.5 feet tall, so with me crouched down, he's about as tall as me. If I were to stand up, he'd be like up to my waist, maybe a little bit taller. But even though he's not super tall, he weighs a lot. He weighs over 300 pounds, so he weighs almost twice as much as I do, even though he's only about half as tall. Now, when Grottle evolves again, Grottle can evolve into the Pokemon Torterra. I'll let that get up really close. Torterra is quite the big guy. Torterra is much bigger. He is over 7 feet tall. Really massive Pokemon, and also very wide, about as wide as maybe a car or maybe 2 cars. And he's heavy. He is over 700 pounds. And Torterra, when it evolves into Torterra, actually gains the ground typing. They are grass type the entire time, but as a Torterra, he gains the ground typing, making him really weak to ice type moves. Now, speaking of that, because Turtwig is a grass type Pokemon and he is weak to ice type moves, we can't stay out here in the cold for too long. We actually have to take him out. It's not super cold. He's doing okay right now, but we can't stay out in the cold too much longer. So right before we sign off, I'll point out a couple more things about Turtwig. So you can tell he's a grass type. He's got these leaves on his head. His shell is actually made out of compacted soil, kind of as almost like that, showing that he'll eventually be a ground type, and to make him more like a grass type. It actually makes him pretty heavy. He's about 20 pounds for such a little guy. But one last thing is what they eat. And these guys, all the time, they always eat, they're herbivores, so they eat plants, they eat fruits and berries and things like that. But they also conduct photosynthesis. A lot of grass-type Pokemon will do this too. Grass-type Pokemon can take in energy from the sun and convert that into their energy, and almost like they're eating sunlight. And that's sort of like the leaves and the plants that they eat acts like fertilizer and compost, and then the sunlight helps them grow up big and strong. Man, really exciting opportunity to get up this close with a really rare and really adorable tiny leaf Pokemon Turtwig. I'm Ranger Paxton, and I'll see you guys next time.
Hello friends, I'm Paxton Hensley. Sorry I couldn't make this all one continuous video, but if I were to pick any animal that I would be, I think I'm going to go with Gibbon. Don't know what Gibbon, but Gibbons, because I really like their acrobatic moves. They're being able to like swing through the trees and do all those cool stunts in the air, and I really wish I could like kind of do stuff like that, like do really cool acrobatic stuff like that. So I think for that reason, I think I'm gonna go with Gibbons. But hope you guys liked the video, the interpretive video, and I'll see you later.